First of all, thanks for coming today. Obviously, a disappointing loss in Five Star Stadium on Saturday. The game came down to three categories. Number one, turnovers. We threw two critical interceptions at terrible parts of the field. And then red zone offense. We had to kick 3 field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. And then 4-minute defense. We're not able to get the ball back at the end to have another shot at it to win the game. But you got to give East Tennessee State credit. They have won a bunch of close ball games. They're very solid on defense. They're very solid on offense in what they do. They're not flashy, but they are a really good football team. And I think they've earned a share of the conference championship because they're off next week. But they did a great job, and so you got to give credit where credit's due. I do want to point out B.J. Bowler was our defensive player of the game. Tyree Devinson, wow, he had something like 90 yards after contact. So he had a great game, and then Cole Fisher did a really good job of kicking the ball. And then I want to say Harrison Frost, he's known as Frosty to us, was thrown in a situation where he hadn't started a game since his junior year in high school. And really came in and played well, did some really good things, made some unbelievable throws under pressure. Obviously made the 2 turnovers there that hurt us, but overall I thought his performance was very good being thrown into a situation like that. So very happy for him, and we may be going with Frosty again this week, so we'll have to wait and see. Well, if you really watch the game, we came out the very first drive, and we were no backs, which is an empty set that really spreads the field. We feel like he's got a strong arm. He made some really quality throws, so we're not afraid to expand the playbook a little bit with Frosty in there. His goal and his dream in life is to be a college football coach, and he wants to be an offense coordinator. So he really studies this thing. He played real well. I didn't think we helped him a lot. We've had 3 drops on offense, and then there were 2 balls that really got batted in there that could have been big plays. But overall, we knew East Tennessee State was going to load the box up, and that's what they did, and force Frosty to throw the ball. And overall, I thought he played solid. He'll sit there and tell you he wished he had those 2 that he threw, interceptions that he had through. He wished he had them back. But that's part of the game. That's part of the learning process, and he will get better the more he plays. Yeah, I mean, T didn't play. Those guys came. I kind of joked that in the headsets there, all of our injured guys came running through the tunnel late after the team came onto the field. I'm like, man, there goes half our team right there. So, T didn't play. Obviously, Harrison Poole didn't play. And then, of course, Kalen was out. We had a couple other guys out. But, in football, you're going to have a lot of injuries. And it's just been an injury-riddled year for us. But we've had guys really step up and play well, like Tyree Devinson, to take him, for example. He's played some football. But, I told him before the game, I said, you may get 30 carries now. And he got 29 of them. And he was ready to go, and he was running through everything that was in front of him. So I was very proud of his effort. At the end of the day, other people have got to step up when you have injuries on the team like we've had.
What does that give you?
Well, first of all, I will say this. We played extremely hard. We played extremely well. I want to compliment our defense. I thought our defense played the best game all year long. They had to defend a 20-yard field and a 40-yard field on the 2 interceptions, and they played a solid game the entire game. They really ran to the ball well. They really hustled. They really gave great effort. So they had the best game, by far of the season. And then offensively, the offense did some really good things. But being limited with T speed and being limited at the quarterback position, obviously we didn't get it done. But I want to say that I was proud of our team and proud of the effort they gave. Yeah, tough is right. Chattanooga, you look at their record, they're 6-3. They beat Samford in week 4 after we beat Samford. And they've got 3 conference losses just like we did. So they really got eliminated this past week by Furman, losing Furman 16-10. But Coach Tom Arth's done a good job, a second year in that program. And it all starts on defense with them. I mean, they are really, really good on defense. They're leading the league at 18.8 points per game, giving up only 18.8. They're third in total defense in the league. They're number 1 in the league and number 10 in the nation in turnover ratio at a +8. So they're taking care of the ball. They're getting the ball out. Offensively, they huddle up. They're on a pro-style offense. Nick Tiano's our quarterback. He weighs about 250 pounds. He's been very efficient this year. They have a JUCO running back in Price who's got over 600 yards. And then Nunley, Bryce Nunley, a wide receiver, has got 68 catches for over 1,000 yards. So they are dangerous on offense as well. But it starts on defense, and it starts up front because they're very stout on the defensive line. So we'll have a great challenge ahead of us. Yeah, unfortunately, your goals change as the season goes on. Certainly we wanted to stay in the thick of things with a win Saturday, but we weren't able to get it done. So your goals kind of change. And so in the team meeting on Sunday, we said, hey, here's our new goals. The bottom line is we got 2 games we got to try to win out. That would put us at 5-3 in the league. Not what we want, but that's where we are now. 5-3 in the league has never been done here. We were 4-4 two years in a row. And so we'd like to go 5-3. So it all starts at Chattanooga on the road against a very good football team, a very good defensive football team, and like I said, we'll have our hands full. Yeah, it's a weekly deal. As you see now, we've got 3 losses. Chat's got 3 losses, and I think there are 4 teams now sitting with 2 losses. Excuse me, 3 sitting with 2 losses. Of course, East Tennessee State has the 1 loss. So there's still a lot of football to be played. Who's going to be champion in this conference and who's going to represent our conference in the playoffs. But it's been one of those years where I really was joking about this to our staff yesterday. But in reality, when you see a lot of onside kicks at the end of games, games are close. And we've got a lot of onside kick formations that we've had to go over during the course of the year, the most I can ever remember. So that just shows you how close this conference is and how close the games are coming down to the wire. He's feeling better, but it's day to day. Robert Riddle's day to day. Harrison Poole will be day to day. David Durden suffered a concussion. He'll be day to day. Destin Gillian suffered an ankle injury. He'll be day to day. And the list keeps going on and on. But that's part of the game. It's part of being late season football. And when you're limited with 63 scholarships at FCS level, it does make it difficult to manage your roster.
As a coach, have you ever had to deal with this many injuries?
Well, in my college coaching career, I've only been to my 3rd quarterback once, and that was probably in 1992, if I can remember back that far. But as far as the number of injuries, sometimes you get a lot of them. Sometimes you get some that can get guys back. But we've just had them week after week after week, and it's just one of those things that's hard to explain.
It was definitely exciting. It'd been a long time. I didn't really know how to react, but every week I try to prepare like I'm going to play, whether I'm 3rd team, 6th team, 1st team, whatever it is. So it was exciting. All my family was excited, so it's a good experience. It was definitely a learning experience. Didn't play as well as I hoped I would. There's a lot that I can improve on. I'm going to try to work this week to improve on, especially accuracy. Didn't feel like I was very accurate on Saturday. Decision making. Left a couple out there that I probably could have made a better decision on, but there's always room to improve. Well, at least I probably won't be as nervous, but Chattanooga's still a really good team. I don't know much about them yet. I'll probably learn about 5 o'clock, start to learn about them, but definitely it'll be a tough opponent, and you just got to prepare every week in order to win.
Is there anything like that?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have them there, to be with me because, Robert's really only played like 2 full games, really. Kalen obviously played last year, but we're all kind of in the same situation where we really just haven't played that much. Obviously me, a little bit more than they. But, it was nice to have them on the sideline to tell me what to do, and obviously, Coach Pizzo was very helpful as well. Yeah, definitely wanted to get this win this past week for the seniors especially, try to make the playoffs for them. But these next 2 games, try to go 5-3 in the Southern Conference, and hopefully I can do everything in my power in order to make sure that happens. Queese, David, Steph, Tucker, Tyree, all of them. Wish I could have gotten it in their hands a little more. But when they got the ball, it's really nice to know that they'll bail you out every once in a while. So it gives you confidence and just put it in their hands and see what happens.